disturbing. It shows an attack on one of our senior citizens who lives in Capitol Heights. At this moment, I'm going to take this moment here to show the video. This attack, this vicious attack, happened on March 29th. The four suspects, which you've seen in the video, approached the victim as she arrived home from running some errands. She was pushed to the ground, and the suspects demanded her car keys. They searched her pockets and ripped her belongings from her hands, from her pockets. When the suspects got her keys, they began to run away. The victim, as you've seen in the video, turns to run towards a neighbor's house for help. And at this point, one of these suspects began to chase her again and tackled her to the ground. The victim suffered 2 broken bones during this incident. The suspects ultimately fled the area without taking her vehicle. This is truly a shocking crime, a vicious attack, and it will not be tolerated in Prince George's County. All senior citizens here deserve the right to be treated with dignity and respect. We released this video and the pictures of the suspects because we need our community's help in identifying and arresting these suspects so that they may be brought to justice and held accountable for this senseless act of violence. And anyone with information can call Crime Solvers at 1-866-411-TIPS. A cash reward of $2,500 is being offered for anyone having information to this vicious attack. And at this point, I'll take any questions that you may have.
What is the age of the victim?
The victim is in her 60s.
And do you know her condition right now? How is she doing?
Well, she has 2 broken bones right now, and from my understanding is what happened, she's very traumatized of this incident. As you can imagine from this video, she didn't deserve to be treated that way and accosted by 4 people and tackled one of our senior citizens to the ground.
Is she at her home or in the hospital?
I can't say that.
Chief, can you tell us what neighborhood in Capitol Heights is happening, where this is, so neighbors can be on alert too?
Well, right now we want to say Capitol Heights, and that's where we want to leave it to, that it's in Capitol Heights right now. And that's for a variety of reasons. At this point, I'm sure we'll get to a point where we will drill down and identify a specific area. But I want everyone to know that these type of vicious crimes, these attacks can happen anywhere. So I don't want people to thinking it can't happen in my neighborhood, or it won't happen in this area, or it won't happen to me. And so with that word of caution here, we just want to make sure that people understand what happens here and get to the more information of identifying these suspects who committed this crime in this area in Capitol Heights.
Can you tell us if those suspects or the people in the video, are they males, are they young, are they old? Do you know?
All we see exactly what we release to the general public and you know, to you. We just see 4 suspects here that someone, you know, may have some information on. I couldn't tell, you know, what would be their race or their gender, and nor do I want to speculate in case that we're incorrect. So someone may be able to look at these individuals or know something, their clothing that they have on. They may be able to identify them from something like that. So without speculation, I don't want to, you know, lead anybody in the wrong direction. Just like many people who I've spoken with, it was horrific. It was horrific. I thought about my people in my family, ladies in my family, mothers, grandmothers, your sisters, you know, aunts, vicious for 4 suspects to viciously attack a senior citizen. and tackle her to the ground. If that wasn't enough to rob her and attempt to take her vehicle, if that wasn't enough, you tackled a lady, and you did that to him. So it was horrific in my eyes. It was sickening, and I think all the adjectives that one would describe for something like that after seeing it. And I think from talking to people who have contacted me and all other officers, they have described it in the same way, because most of us, we have family members. Be rest assured that when it is a lady, a senior in the community, just bothersome, troublesome, and this is why we have to be here, hoping that our community comes to our aid and help identify these suspects.
But it's not just the fact that she's attacked. She's yelling for help. And this one comes running after her to tackle her a second time. I mean, were your intervention unit, have seen anything like this in the county recently?
Well, I haven't seen anything quite like this, but because something is caught on video, then we can see it, and it brings it home. You hear about these things happening, or you read reports, and that's very different. But as you can see, you witness it, you see it, and it's almost in real time for you. And so when you look at those things, then I haven't seen anything like that. You know, not to say I haven't seen it in my career or being here and seeing it. It's just it raised it up to a level of is this where we're headed? Makes you ask yourself that type of question. Is this where we're headed? And so our carjacking interdiction unit, they've done a fantastic job with the men and women who are there and the leadership, and they continue to press very hard to arrest these suspects for carjackings, driving it down, and they've had some great success since last September. So the men and women of Prince George's County Police Department and the carjacking interdiction unit and our WAVE unit against stolen vehicles and auto thefts, they're doing a magnificent job. And the community who has helped us in the past here, they continually help us and assist us in driving these things down. And that's the only way we're going to be a better and safer county.
Lastly, it looks like one of them took her purse and went off the place. Typically, one of the ways you involve solve crimes is because they'll take credit cards in there and they'll use them. Are you getting any leads that way in this case?
Well, we're working the leads that we do have right now. Right now, we need more information. We need more things to happen. Again, I'll reiterate the caliber of detectives that we have who work these kinds of crimes yearly, all year long in their careers. We're going to find these suspects, but we're developing those leads as we speak.
That appears to be like a doorbell camera, is that accurate?
Yeah, it was a type of camera affixed to a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it from the victim's house?
No, I can't say that, if it was from the victim's house.
In that particular neighborhood that happened, where it happened in Capitol Heights, have there been any other crimes like that in that particular neighborhood?
Not of that caliber, of that magnitude, that we haven't, we're still working investigative leads, but we haven't linked anything to that type or to those suspects at this point.
Do the suspects still have the victim's vehicle?
No, they left without the vehicle. Yeah, it was an attempted carjacking. She came home from running some errands. They approached her, demanded the keys from her, and then ripped items from her hands and pockets and took her items, but left without the vehicle. And then, of course, when she was running away to get help from a neighbor's house, then she was tackled by the other suspect.
Can you specify any of the items that were taken?
Yeah. She had a few items taken. I don't want to get into the actual specifics because it may take a different turn for how we're trying to work the case. There are some things that are known to the suspects. And there are things that are known to people who may know these suspects, and we want to keep that, under wrap at this time.
Was she getting, the video starts when you see her on the ground. So you're saying the attack actually started when she was getting out of her vehicle initially?
Yeah, she was coming home, and she was getting out of her vehicle from running some errands.
What do you say to people, because this could, like you said, this could happen to anyone, it could happen anywhere, anytime. But she fought back and was somewhat resistant. Do you think that in situations like that, you never know how you'll react? But what do you encourage people to do if they find themselves in that situation?
Well, you know, there are so many variables that go into these situations. I think we start before, and that is being aware of your surroundings and not making anyone culpable for the senseless act of violence that occurred. The people who are, the 4 suspects are responsible for this, for committing a crime. So I would encourage our residents to be aware of their surroundings, see what's going on. If you can call 911, or you can drive to a safer place, or continue on. Those are just a few things that I would, you know, advise our residents to do. But by no means are any of our residents responsible for these suspects' actions, this vicious, violent attack for one of our senior citizens. So with all of the preventive tips I can give you in the world, it won't make you even culpable of such a senseless act of violence. Only those 4 suspects are responsible for that.
Do you believe this was random, or do you think these suspects have been scoping her out?
Well, I can't say if it was, you know, random or not. I mean, I've seen so many that, you know, investigations lead you in different directions. You know, right now, all we know is that they were, you know, behind her, and when she got out of her vehicle from running some errands, then these suspects confronted her. And right now, we may not be able to put those things together until we actually apprehend these suspects and bring them to justice and see what they actually were doing or what they thinking. We don't know, and I've seen it many ways in carjackings or attempt carjackings. I've seen that, you know, people following people, people random driving down the street. It just, you know, they meet up at that, you know, at a time that is not good for anyone when a crime happens.
Two more questions.
A couple of months ago, you along with DC Police Chief Robert Conti and Mayor Bowser and County Executive Angela Alsbrooks talked about the ecosystem working together to deter our youth from, in the event that these are young people, from stealing cars. And you talked about working together with your partners and other agencies about the punishments that these younger people or people in general will receive when they do attempt to carjack someone, or they actually or successfully carjack someone. How is that working? Is that working to deter some of these crimes?
Yes, I believe it has gotten better. I appreciate our county executive, Ms. Angela also Brooks, and the DC Mayor Bowser for their forward leadership with my friend Chief Conti. The relationships have been strengthened. Our collaborations among other agencies have strengthened. We've seen some success. We believe that we are turning a corner when all cogs in the wheel, in the system, are working together for the betterment of anyone involved. Not saying these that you see on this video are any youth, because I don't know their ages, but I can tell you that we've made great strides since that press conference, what we were doing and where we were headed to engage ourselves to working collaboratively with one another, and that has occurred, and we've continued. It continues to occur across the juvenile aspects involving young people, as well as adults who are entering into this system. Then we've been able to go forward with it. So it has been working better, and I expect it to get better as it goes forward. Thank you. Thank you so much.